Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. Okay.
Yes, I'm also able to hear you.
Fantastic. That's okay. So in case I step out in the middle of the session, you'll assist me to co-host Nigel, even as we finish today. All right. So let me check with Nigel. Nigel, are you systems go? Is your microphone okay?
Hi, Simon. Yes, I'm okay. Maybe just 2 minutes to finish setting up, then you can start.
No problem, Nigel. That's okay. No problem. In the meantime, let me see if I can share our website so that the attendees can see what we are able to provide in the meantime. For those especially who would want to come for physical trainings, with Capabuil, we provide CPD trainings. CPD trainings are continuous professional development training programs. And if you can see my screen, this is how our website looks like. So we have a list of continuous professional development programs for organizations, both private and public. If your organization or a department in your organization has a team that feels like they need to upskill, whether it's finance department, whether they need to catch up with IFRS standards, or whether it's IT department, cybersecurity, and you want to bring them to us for training, we offer physical trainings as well. So I can quickly scroll through our website and see the list of event schedules. So if you're able to visit our website, you'll see on the homepage we have our event schedules listing. You can pick a month and the week you prefer to come for training. We have several trainings listed there which you can register. But to get a better view of the training schedule, of the training calendar, let me click on the calendar menu here, where we have both free CPD webinar calendars, the SACCO training calendars for SACCOs, and of course the NITA certified training calendar for July to December, and also January to July 2026. For instance, if I try to open the training calendar for this year ending in December, we have this PDF. I hope it pops up. Let me reshare my screen again, just in case. Just in case it's not showing on your end here. So this is the PDF calendar that you can get on our site, which you can use to peruse a list of corporate training programs that we provide for professionals in this country and beyond, from finance mastery to matters business intelligence, automating reports, data analytics, artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, and IT leadership. Name it. We have 7 days or 14 days corporate trainings for organizations. You are at liberty to choose your location. You can see the prices are there. If you want to go to Diani for a week, you can bring your department for training, or you want to go to Mombasa in Sarova or Machakos or Naivasha. Prices are very market friendly and of course negotiable as well. We also provide global CPD trainings. If you want to take your team to Malaysia, Singapore, Dubai, South Africa for training, we have also provided our rates there. And if you're able to peruse through our calendar and you're not able to find a training that will suit your team or your organization, feel free to reach out. We are able to do a tailor-made version to specifically take care of your team's needs. If you can't afford to book hotels or venues to come for training, we are able to come and provide in-house training at your company, maybe in a boardroom or in a something like a seminar room. We also have programs on Data Act compliance, okay, and operational excellence to comply with the ODPC, the Office of the Data Protection Commissioner, and yeah, so those are just some of the good things we have been able to come up with. We have experts who are on standby to help organizations and professionals regarding upskilling in these areas. So when you get time, feel free to tour around our website, call us, and let's see if we can provide a training for you, especially now that I know organizations have are almost going through their budget for the next financial year, feel free to book and register for trainings for yourself or for your team. Okay, so Nigel, I don't know if you are set so that I don't eat much into your time. I know this is the last day. You can confirm with me, then I can hand over the microphone to you. Hi, Nigel.
Hello. Hi, Simon. Sorry. I was muted.
All right. So if you're set, we can get started. I think I don't want to take much of your time.
Yes, I'm set. I think.
Okay, you can proceed then.
Perfect. Thank you so much for that, Simon and team. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. From wherever you're tuning in from, or from wherever you'll be watching this later on. My name is Nigel. I will be your trainer for today's session. Today is day 3 and the final day. For those of us who've been here since day 1, I want to say thank you. Thank you so much for tuning in, seeing some of the names that were there from day 1 and day 2. So thank you so much. Like I said, today's session will be a practical session and will not have any slides or anything to present. It will be a complete walkthrough of what we covered on day 1 and day 2. And maybe just to assist those of us who are not there in day 1 and day 2, maybe um, uh, uh, just a quick recap before we continue. I see Robert telling me he has found a solution to my chest pain, support Harambee Stars. Yeah, Robert, that seems like a valuable idea. I think I'll do that. Thank you for that. So maybe just to start off with a quick recap of what we have covered. I'll request the admins to allow anyone who's willing to speak. So if you are able to unmute yourself, please just give us a quick recap of what you covered yesterday and the day before. Anything that you picked up doesn't have to be a whole paragraph, just a one-liner, what you picked up and what you have so far found valuable in the 2 days that we've had this session. So feel free to talk before we start our practical. I'm seeing yes just on the chat saying AI and IoT and their impact. Thank you for that. Were you able to look at some of the IoT hacks that have been going on, Eustace? Robert is saying he requested the website link to some Lamasec. Apologies for not sending that, Robert. Just a minute. I am sending it right now. So there you go, Robert. You can engage with us. For those of us who are not here, I will do an introduction of myself before we start the practical. So please bear with me. Core components of AI, social engineering, various vulnerabilities in terms of hacking, how to secure data. Thank you. Anyone who's willing to unmute so that I can ask them a question in regards to what we covered yesterday and the day before yesterday. Anyone, just raise your hand, we'll have you unmuted immediately. As the admins are looking through the chat to see who's unmuted.
Okay, I can see Daisy raising her hand. Maybe you can give her a chance.
Yeah, go on, Daisy. Are you there? Daisy, can you hear us? Joshua, just help me confirm that her mic is unmuted. Okay, as we sort that out, just a reminder to everyone, whatever we are doing here is strictly for educational purposes. The learning that we're doing and everything else that we're doing is strictly for us to help ourselves, protect ourselves and protect our organizations. not for you to go out there and try and cause harm or cause damage to people. So for those who have been, I'm trying to get. I think there's a hand raised. I don't know if he or she can hear us and would like to go on. So for those of us who are taking the lessons that we're having here and trying to use them against um, others, I would ask that you refrain from doing so, because I have noted a few individuals who have been trying to, I don't know whether to use the term social engineer me, uh, sending me links here and there. So kindly, if that is you, refrain completely from it. Whatever you're learning here is simply for educational purposes to protect ourselves. So, this is the last call for Daisy. I think she's the one who has raised her hand. Yeah, Daisy Koske. Okay. Once she's back, she can just interrupt me. Like I said, today's session would be fully practical. And let me just do an introduction of who I am for those of us who are not here. So, like we said, this has been a 3-day webinar on cybersecurity and emerging technology. Like on the first day, we did cover social engineering and the different tips and techniques that attackers out here are using. We also did a practical, and I have seen some of you actually tagging me, tagging Capabuil, and tagging ICT Authority. Thank you for that. For those of you who are able to do the phishing quiz, please tag us. For those of you asking for the certificate, these are part of the things you're looking at. Just that small participation on socials to raise more awareness. So make sure you tag Capabuil, make sure you tag myself, make sure you tag ICT Authority. Uh, I don't know whether it's safe to say that can be part of issuing the certificate, at least to see what we picked up. That was day one. Day two, we did cover AI and emerging trends in artificial intelligence and IoT. That is what we looked at yesterday. I'm seeing Winston saying AI and IoT are the next big thing in tech. Could be Winston, could be. Let's see. And finally, today's session would be a practical. So for those of us who are not here, this is just a brief profile of myself. Security researcher, bias on red team operations, also proficient in blue team operations. I'm also serving as a co-founder of SalamaSec Limited, a Kenyan-based cybersecurity company, and I have shared our website link here, and I will do so again. If you just want to check us out, want to partner with us, or even want to offer us a job security audit, we are more than happy to take that up. Like I said, in a toxic relationship with Man United, that's how someone was offering me the option of supporting Harambee Stars. I think I'll adapt to that. Connect with me on socials. That is my personal blog, my LinkedIn page, and my Twitter page. Feel free to reach out. I always respond when I can, where I can. And yeah, that's it. So I think we shall get started on the practical session today. Before I get started, is there? Sorry, I'm seeing someone asking. Can everyone hear me? Just send a reaction if I'm audible enough. I'm seeing someone saying that they cannot get what I'm saying.
Yeah, you're audible.
Okay. Thank you. First off, if you have Kali Linux installed, Nicholas, I'll come back to your question. If you have Kali Linux installed, whether via VirtualBox or your host OS, just raise your hand, please, because I need a volunteer to help me with today's session. Whatever we are about to do will require me to have a separate AP, and I do not have that, or a separate machine, and I do not have that. Sadie, I see you're saying you do. Are you comfortable enough sharing your screen so that I can guide you? Parrot can work also, though you'll have to tweak the commands to your liking. So Sultan and Sadia, who amongst you is comfortable sharing your screen? I will completely walk you through whatever we are about to do, so don't worry about it. Sadia and Sultan are debating. Nicholas has a question based on morals. If I become a victim of cyber attack and the investigating agencies fail to identify the criminal, can I hit back personally? Well, that depends on where your moral compass lies, Nicholas. Ideally, I believe the agencies that you're contracting to help you find the perpetrators are good enough. But if you feel you need to retaliate, that is on you. But we do not advocate for any unethical hacking here. Because if you do retaliate, then again it will be a case of another cyber incident. Josiah and Dirango, you're saying you have Ubuntu. So who among you, Sadia, Sultan, and Josiah, who among you are comfortable? Because you have two examples to carry out today, and I'll need what's it called? I'll need a volunteer. And then for those of you who are sending me a message on my SalamaSec email asking for notes, please note that the notes will be provided by the Capabuil team. So please refrain from sending the emails to the SalamaSec team kindly. One last call for whoever can volunteer.
Sorry, I can see Hezron is raising his hand. Maybe he wants to say something. Hezron?
Those with no laptop at the moment, I will share the step-by-step process for the attacks that we'll be performing today so that you can follow along at your own convenient time. If we do not have a volunteer who is willing to do so, I'm afraid I'll be forced to do one attack. Hopefully it works. Then the other attack, I'll send it as a write-up for people to try it on their own. So one last call to Sadia and Sultan. Are you guys open to sharing your screens I walk you through? And Josiah also. Grace, I'm seeing you're saying you have a black screen. Anyone knows how to fix it. Are you comfortable enough to share so that you can troubleshoot before we start? Maybe you can even help us with the practical. Okay, so Grace is setting up to share. So as she prepares to do that, the purpose of today's attacks is purely to show you how social engineering works and how in the past users have been able to use social engineering attacks to get valuable credentials from unknowing internet users. We are going to use two tools. One is the SET toolkit, that is a social engineering toolkit. Two, we are going to use a Wi-Fi fisher to try and perform an evil twin attack, or rather clone a network. That is why I require someone to do it, because if I do it on my end, it will knock me offline and I'll not be able to continue with the presentation. So we will start with the social engineering, then move to the Wi-Fi. So for the Wi-Fi, if we do not have a volunteer, I'll be forced to send you a write-up so that you guys can try it on your own when you have a separate AP, that is access point. So Grace, are you ready to share your screen so that we can assist you before we move on? And for those of you who have Kali on the virtual box, please follow along where you can. Grace, you can share your screen. Joshua, are you in a position to give Grace Kamau rights to share her screen?
I think she's in a position to do so.
Grace, just confirm if you're able to. Joshua, just one more time, check if you can just enable sharing permissions for Grace. Okay, I think Grace is unable to, so I'll just start my screen share. Grace, maybe once you're able to, you can interrupt me and I'll tell you. So yeah, just a minute. Let me share my screen. Just 1 minute. Sorry. And here we go. Sorry. Where is this? Perfect. So what you're looking at is my terminal, or rather a copy of my terminal. This is my VirtualBox setup. So whatever you're seeing is okay for now. So I've opened two tabs because there's another tool I'd like to show you guys, but we won't be able to use it for today. I have noticed it does have some issues. So this is Beef XSS. We'll look at it shortly after this. I want us to first start by using ICT toolkit. So those of you who are on Kali Linux, just do sudo set toolkit. It will ask you for your password. Input whatever password you have there, and just like that we have it. So now before I even go on, the ICT toolkit, like I said, is a social engineering toolkit. I hope everyone can see. If you're having trouble or if I'm moving too fast, feel free to interrupt me. So, created by David Kennedy, version blah blah blah. If you want to follow them on Twitter, just go to Twitter at TrustedSec or HackingDave. Their homepage is trustedsec.com. I will actually open this. Just 1 minute. Yeah, so TrustedSec, their page is still working. So back to our terminal. Welcome to the ICT Toolkit, one-stop shop for your social engineering needs, blah, blah, blah. Now, there's one thing that you need to note with social engineering toolkit, it is a toolkit to help you carry out different social engineering techniques. So you have social engineering, you have penetration testing, third-party modules, update the social engineering toolkit, update the ICT configuration, help credits, and about. So let's start with number 6. All you have to do on your terminal is select number 6. Then thanks to Matthew for blah blah blah. So this just gives a brief description of all those who have assisted with this. So if you want to install it on different, just 1 minute, I want to go to the, yeah, here we go. Description, open source testing framework designed for social engineering, only for testing purposes and can only be used where strict consent has been given. Do not use this for illegal purposes. So the team that is creating it is not liable for you if you get caught if you do it for nefarious deeds. Supported platforms, Linux, Mac OS. So on Linux and Mac OS, if you want to install it, you can install requirements.txt. What else is important to us? Oh yeah, WSL Windows. If you are using Windows, you can go to WSL sudo apt install set y. Yeah, so this is just a description of how to install it on Windows for those of us who are on Windows. If you want to clone it again, if it's not installed with the default Kali package, that's how to go about it. And that is it. Now, like I said, our focus for today is the social engineering attacks. So I'll select one. Again, just up until there, are we on the same page with everyone? Is anyone lost? Just a reaction, thumbs up if you're good up to there. I'm actually looking. Perfect, I'm seeing one thumbs up. I'm seeing now, good. Grace will get back to you in a bit. So yeah, we are doing social engineering. So I'll select one. Now, when you select one, you have another menu that is given to you. What do you want to do? Do you want to perform spear phishing attack vectors, website attack vectors, infectious media generator, create a payload and listener, mass mailer like Arduino based? For those of you who want to do IoT, you want to attack the Arduino board, you have your ICT here. Wireless access point attack vector, that is for Wi-Fi. Those of you who are asking if QR codes are safe, here's an attack vector for QR code. So we'll look at them individually, but our target is website. So 3 attacks that I want to look at. I want to look at the media generator. Which one else is the QR code? And then we go to our website. But we will do the practical on the website also. So we infectious media generator, meaning we type in 3. 3. Infectious USB CD DVD module create an autorun .in file and metasploit payload. So when the media is inserted, it will automatically run if autorun is enabled. Pick the attack vector used to use file format, bugs, or straight executable. Now, because we don't want to go deep into this, I'm just going to show a brief. I was showing a brief look of how things are for the infectious modules. So we go back with the 99. Another one I want us to look at is QR code so that people can get a sense of what is going on when you do it. So the QR code attack vector will create a QR code for you to with whatever URL you want. When you have the QR code generated, select an additional attack vector within set and deploy the QR code to your victim. For example, generate a QR code of the set Java applet and send the QR code to a mail. So enter the URL you want the QR code to go to. Now, more often than not, when you are doing this type of attack for QR code, you want the URL to point to a site that you actually control. So if I want to use Salamasec, for instance, to carry out an attack, the URL that I'll input here will be pointing to Salamasec because I have access to that server and I can see whatever you point to. So let's say let me try and look for what's it called, a website that you can use. Anyone with an idea of which website you can use that has credentials? Anyone, just give me ideas. Even if you have your own small website that is not handling any personal data and that we can use it, you can just share it, then we proceed. Okay, let me reframe my question. Those of you who want to perform such attacks, which site would you like to use as a clone so that you can trick your people? So for instance, you want to trick Simon here or Joshua. Which site would you think they'd fall for? Just unmute and tell us. Stanley saying eCitizen. When you're responding, please make sure you're responding to everyone so everyone can see the responses. So Stanley says eCitizen. Sultan says IG, Facebook. Okay, those are ideas. So let's try and use Facebook because I do not have an account on Facebook. 1 minute for me to copy the URL. And again, remember, this is when you are doing this clone. Someone is saying FPL, SportPesa, Equity. These are guys who want to get rich quick. Wewe nawaona sana. Twitter.
Hello. Hello. I can see Grace Otieno is
Yes.
raising her hand. I don't know whether she can say something or.
Okay. Grace. Okay, Grace says it was an error. No worries. Let's continue. Agnes is asking what app or program are you using? I'm using the ICT toolkit from that it comes with Kali Linux. So just a minute, I will go through the process again. So like I said, enter the URL you want the QR code to go to. So we've chosen Facebook, right? Hit enter. Let's see what it tells. Okay, so QR code has been generated under root.sct.reports QR code attack.png. So let me just copy this path. Let me see. So permission denied. Sorry. Then permission denied. Okay. Let's see what you can do here. Just a minute. Allow me to end the share. I do not want you people to see. So I think I'll have to do it manually. Okay. I have to, I've seen what the issue is. I have to log in as root. For those of you who are meeting yourselves, please. Just 1 minute. Hmm. So I'm trying to access that file, but I can't find it. Just give me a minute. The reason why I've stopped my screen share is because I was sharing some personal information. So just give me 1 minute. Uh, reports attack.png. So for those of you who are just joining, I am currently trying to perform a QR code phishing attack, and we do have a link generated already. I am just trying to access the said link. Just a minute. Yeah, I think I have found it. I will share my screen in a bit. Just bear with me, please. Okay, I'm having a hard time locating this file, but ideally, let me just go to the attack that we want to perform today so that I stop wasting so much time. Just 1 minute, I'm sharing my screen. The downside to these practicals without multiple screens to cast on, you are left stranded. So that is what I'm trying to do at the moment. Hold on. Perfect. We are back. So what you're seeing is the SCT toolkit, like I had said. So now let's just focus on what we want to do today. I'll work on the QR code. I can even try send a write-up later on, but we'll see about. So like I said, we have different attack vectors that we can use to social engineer our victims. And if all goes well, we'll be able to see what I've been trying to do so far. So now our focus is website attack vectors. Remember when we were doing the phishing, we were told about how domains and subdomains can look different, right? And how to be on the lookout for different domains, right? So let's try website attack vector. Select number 2. We have a whole explanation of how the vector works. I won't go through it. You can do that on your own time. What is our focus for today? We do not want a Java applet, and we do not want a Metasploit browser exploit method. What we do want to do, however, is get credentials. So we can try look at the Metasploit on later, but we want to get credentials. Okay, so we choose number 3. Why do we want to get credentials? We are trying to social engineer our target to give us their logins. Remember, some of you said that they've never changed their password in 5 years, 10 years, right? So we are hoping that our victim is the same, or even if they change their passwords, they can input the same passwords. Again, another thing before I even continue, remember that you must study your target beforehand. The 5 stages of hacking, recon, so on and so forth. So if you don't do your recon, you won't know how to attack your target well. So if you do your recon, you shall be able to find out uh, how you can actually send the attacks and what kind of attacks to send. Just perfect. So now we have done our recon. We found out that this person is active on social media. So what do you want to do? We want to trick them into sharing their maybe their Instagram, like someone has said, or their Twitter or their Facebook, so on and so forth. So what do? We clone a site using the site cloner template. So I'll input number 2, hit enter. IP address. So just 1 minute. Now the IP address that you shall be asked for, or once you input. Again, I'm stopping my screen share because I'm unable to blur out some sensitive information. But ideally, the IP address that you'll be asked for here, and I'll draw a proper write up so that you guys can follow along. We are asked for the URL to clone. So just give me a minute. I will share with you. I will give you a breakdown of what I'm doing. I just want to hide the sensitive information before we go on. 1 minute as this is running. So here we go. Let me show you this. So what you're looking at currently is my tab, my terminal. So now, like I was saying, you'll be asked for an IP address. So this is basically the IP address that you're using. So again, you asked for a site that you want to clone. So example, URL this fake site. I am cloning facebook.com. So enter the URL that you want to clone, and then you clone you input the site, hit enter. You're given that warning. This could take a little bit faster. So let us wait for it as it does the cloning. As that is going on, I think Grace can continue sharing her screen so that you can help her as we wait for it to finish cloning, because it does take some time. So Grace, if you are comfortable, you can share your screen so that you can assist you.
Here it is. I'm only getting a blank screen. I already created the virtual machine, but I'm still getting this one, no matter how much I try to delete and create another one.
Which platform is this? VMware?
Pardon?
Is this VMware or VirtualBox?
The machine I'm using is Hyper-V.
Okay, anyone who's dealt with such an issue who can assist? Because I'm trying to see. And if you try restart the machine, you still get the same blank screen?
Yes. No matter how many times I try to create and recreate.
So I'm seeing Alvin Murungi saying Hyper-V doesn't like running Linux systems. How did you bypass this, Alvin?
You can't really bypass it. You just have to use alternatives like VirtualBox. Because this is a native Windows system, so it usually doesn't accept Linux because they're running on different platforms.
Okay, Grace, I think that answers you. Thank you so much for that, Alvin. I was not aware of that, but thank you for that. I'm still waiting for results from my cloning, so that's why I am taking time. Take your time to ask questions now before we proceed. I'm seeing someone ask the IP address you've given. Is it random or my computer's current IP? I am hotspotting myself, so yeah, it's my hotspot's IP. Then Josiah Ndirango is asking, is the process the same using Ubuntu? You're asking the process for running this ICT toolkit? Yes, just search for ICT toolkit. If it is not amongst the tools that you have on your, what's it called, on your installed tools, you can install it. You have to get the command to do so on Ubuntu, but ideally the process is the same, the toolkit is the same. Feel free to ask any questions that you may have. This process does take some time. Fuadi, which generation of machine is suitable to run with Kali Linux OD? I don't think I'm familiar with the term OD. Do you mind breaking it down? OS. Oh, Sultan, do not use the IP I used. Once you run that the tool, there's an IP that is provided there. Use your own IP. The same IP that is provided in brackets there, the same IP. If you're not sure of your IP, just run ifconfig if you're on Kali. Why are you asking which generation of machine is suitable to run with Kali? Any machine that has, if you're running Kali, it's a very light OS. You don't need a lot of memory. But my recommendation, if you are trying to run scans like the ones you are running, at least 8 GB is good for you. And like 256 SSD should be enough. Yes, Josiah, the process is the same running when you're using Ubuntu. All you have to do is download the ICT toolkit, because I don't think it comes pre-installed within Ubuntu. So look at how you can install it on Ubuntu. You can look up the commands online. So I'm still waiting for the site cloning to take place. That's why I'm taking a bit of time. So please bear with me. As that is going on, please feel free to ask any questions that you may have. Then I can maybe share a document that has a write-up of what we were to do, because the second attack we were to do, I cannot do it on one machine or with one AP. Anthony Kosgei, you have a question? Go on.
Thank you so much. My question is, as you are trying to do the attack, and you are trying to use your phone to hotspot your machine while you are trying to attack a certain website, those guys from the site that you are trying to attack, wawezi tumia your machine, your internet, your hotspot internet, kujua the guy who is trying to attack our website.
I think I've gotten your question, Anthony. So what we're trying to do with the ICT toolkit, I am not attacking Facebook, okay? I am using Facebook to attack you as Anthony. So I am creating a fake Facebook site. I will send it to you. I'll tell you, hey, log on to Facebook. There's some funny pictures that I have seen. Here is the link. Once you click the link, you'll see it will take you to Facebook. It will actually look like Facebook, and you will think it is Facebook, and you'll input your credentials to log in. When you input your credentials on my end, I'll see your username and your password. When you hit enter, ideally it is supposed to take you back to the login page again, because what I was using was a fake site, right? But on my end, I will see the username and password output on my terminal. Okay. Then you will now go back to the real site, because I've told you once you hit enter, you will be redirected to the real site and you will log in again normally, but I will already have your login credentials. I don't know if you've understood up to there, Victor. Okay, just give me 1 minute. I'll be back just 1 minute as you wait for it to finish. Sorry for that disruption. Now, let me see. We are still waiting for this to load. Let me just show you. It normally takes some time, so that's why you're seeing me trying to dilly-dally. What you're seeing is me. Now, what we'll get here, just a moment. At the bottom here, we're supposed to get a link actually to Facebook, or rather to send to our target or to our victim. Now, once we send it to the victim is supposed to click on the link, and whatever the input will appear here. So I'm still waiting for them to finish for the tool to finish cloning. Then we can send it to our victim. So please be patient, but feel free to ask questions in the meantime. Also, for the interest of time, if this takes too long, I will just share the write-up to the second test that we are supposed to do. This second test now requires you to actually have a second AP, that is access point. That's why I'm unable to do it, because if I do it, I will be knocked offline. I may not be able to continue with it. So please bear with me and allow me to do so. Just let me finish formatting it and I'll send it here on the chat. Nation, I'm seeing you're saying you're kind of lost. Do you mind pointing out where you got lost? I can be able to explain again. Yes, Niton, it will work multiple times. If you send it to multiple people, they will all give you credentials and you'll all see the credentials. Nation, go on.
I'm sorry. I joined the meeting nikiwa kwa mat, so kind of lost nikiona hapo kwa nini Apple in the Kalinax, kindly. You've talked of some of the operating systems, Apple.
Sorry, I'm not getting a question. What exactly? Now, where exactly were you lost?
From the beginning.
From the beginning. Okay.
Yeah,
I'll start
when
again
you
from the
join.
top ones.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Yes, Lois, you're waiting for the cloning to complete so we can proceed. That's how we'll send to the targets, because once it finishes, it's supposed to give you a fake link. So remember when you're doing the phishing campaign, you had a subdomain appended before the real domain. I don't know if you can remember that. So we're waiting for such a link that almost looks like Facebook. So let me give an example. It will look like this. I'm not saying this is how it look like. Just 1 minute. Facebook.com. So for instance, we might get such a link. Hold on. So we can get such a link sent to us by the tool. Now, once we get such a link, of course, without the brackets around the URL, once we get such a link, we now send it to our target. What happens? The target clicks on it. Of course, to them, they'll see the Facebook landing page. They will input their credentials, thinking it's the real Facebook page, and the credentials get sent back to us on our terminal. So that's what you want to do. Bernard asks, Lois, I hope that answers your question. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Bernard is asking what happens in a situation where the target has clicked on the link, but before long she changed their password. Oh, that's a very good question. Now, you need to be active on when you're targeting someone. So if I'm to be targeting you, Bernard, and maybe your password is Bernard.owino, for instance, and then you realize that what is going on, and you change your password to Bernard123. If I will be logged in, two things can happen depending on the security of the site that you are using to clone. You can be logged out and asked to log in again because of a change of password, or some sites that have poor security do not require you to log in again. So one of two things can happen: you're logged out and now you have to create another way to get the new password, or you'll still remain logged in until the next session. So now that takes us to different ways of maintaining persistence. I hope that answers you, Bernard. Daryl says, I think any bahati yako. Yes, it also depends on luck, because whoever you're targeting, if he or she is smart enough to check the URL, I'm not expecting anyone from this session today to be falling victim to such tips and tricks. Sasa. Faudi is saying backdoor hacking. What is backdoor hacking, Faudi? I am finishing up on the write-up for the second attack that we were to do. So just give me a minute and then I will send it here to the chat. Why I'm seeing you're saying backdoor hacking? Please explain what do you mean by that? Sadia Isaac, can I use Nmap? What is that question? I think I've lost that question. Okay. There was a question asking about Nmap, but I can't see it. Okay, Sadia, no problem. So the document that I have sent is for the second attack that we were supposed to do. I am unable to use to perform this attack simply because uh, I need 2 access points for this attack. What do I mean by an access point? Whatever I'm using to do this attack is my router. So ideally, you'll see in the write-up like I have provided, what we are doing here is creating another network. So if you are in Java and you can see Java Coffee House Wi-Fi, for instance, with this attack, what you're doing is creating another access point called Java Coffee House, but in this case, it is controlled by you, the attacker. So what happens? People who come to Java House are unable to tell which one is real, which one is fake. So they select the fake one, for instance. Now in this attack, if I use my real Wi-Fi as we are going on, I'll actually be locked out, because what you're supposed to do is, you'll see in the step-by-step process that I've explained, you need to clone a Wi-Fi, and then users will be told you need to log in again to be able to access this access point. And once they do, you automatically get their credentials. Someone is asking, is the document safe? Yes, the document is safe. I cannot send a malicious document. We are here for training purposes only. I am not here to cause any intentional harm to any of the users. I am resending the document. Please do not comment first so that people can see it, because comment will push the document away. I am sending the document, so refrain from commenting, please. So there is the document. You can just have a look at it as we're still waiting for our clone to finish. That is why I am trying to take time. So as you can see, the clone is still going on. That's why I'm taking my time. Any questions from anyone in the, it can be from either of the 2 days, whether it's today or the previous 2 days, just feel free to ask your question. Hello, can you hear me? Apologies for that. My network had an issue. I dropped out of the call. The document, I have sent the document here. Let me send it again. I'm sending the document again. To those who are saying they can't see the document, just look at the chat, please. You will see it. There it is. Any questions that I have missed? Neutron Miner, let's say you have auto-saved the Facebook account logins when you click the hackers link. Will the phone or laptop autofill, or will it detect the site is cloned? If yes, will these credentials be recorded? Oh, okay. So you're saying you have autofilled your credentials, and then you click on the hackers link, whether or not it will still send the what's it called, the details. Yes, it will still send. Um, Now to answer your question, it is hard for the machine to automatically detect that. Uh, it is hard for the machine to detect the what's it called, the site is cloned. You are supposed to actually verify the URL that you're clicking on. Okay. So now what happens? Uh, I'll send you the credentials. Ideally, autofill should work. I'm not quite sure if autofill will work in this case, but autofill is set to detect the site. If it doesn't work, ideally, you as an individual will just input it manually. This will still give the hackers um, what's it called, the credentials that you've used on your site. So I hope that answers you. Okay, guys, I'm seeing people complaining that I'm not sending the link to everyone. I have actually sent it to everyone. Yes, Nicholas, thank you. Okay, refrain from commenting for 1 minute so that you can see the document. There is the document, just 1 minute is loading. The document is loaded. I'm hoping everyone can see it now. Just a thumbs up if you've been able to receive the walkthrough document. So I'm seeing guys actually give a thumbs up. Those who are not receiving, I'm not sure what is the. Yeah, I'm seeing people saying they have seen the document. So just scroll up, you'll see the document. I've sent it like 4 times now. Yes, Anthony.
Kuna swali nilikuwa nimeuliza hapo awali.
Okay.
If I'm using authentication, maybe my face, my fingerprint as my password, will you be able to also access my details?
No, Anthony, we cannot use or rather access facial ID or a thumbprint. This attack is only for credentials like username and password.
Okay.
Now I'm seeing that this cloning is taking quite some time. I don't know how the host would advise us for us to go, because I am pretty much done with the 2 attacks that I wanted to share for the day. The document is not there for us using phones, so I'm not sure how I'll help you now, because everyone who's using the PC has seen the document. So maybe later on I will reshare it with the Capabuil team, and they will forward it to your emails that you used to register.
Hey, Nigel. Hello.
Yes, Simon.
You can hear me? Yeah, I have a quick question. A friend is asking, what about hacking
Okay.
this whereby you see people, someone purports to be selling a software that can track, let's say, your spouse, yeah, the calls they make, the WhatsApp conversations, everything. Are those softwares real? Do they really exist? Which kind of technologies are they using to bypass the, So I just want to know, maybe you can clarify. I know this is a question that also bothers so many people in this session.
Okay. Thank you for that, Simon.
Or it's just a
So
scam.
ideally,
Also confirm if it's just a scam.
so now 2 points, 2 ways to that. Most people are actually just scamming you, but more often than not, you'll find that people can actually read your texts and even listen to your phone calls, and it does not require some top level software. All you have to do is create something called a keylogger. I refrained from showing this specifically because of the implications that it has, and I would not want such a beautiful session to come to an end with people saying they learned from Capabuil or ICT Authority how to create keyloggers. But you can go out there and do your research on what a keylogger is and how it is created. Ideally, a keylogger um, takes notes of every stroke that you input, hence the name keylogger. So keylogger, logging in every keystroke. A keystroke in this sense is whether you've clicked a space bar, clicked on letter A, number one, so on and so forth. So however you are maybe sending a text, the keylogger automatically logs or records those keystrokes and saves them to a file. And maybe at the end of the day, uh, uh, sent to the what's it called? Sent to the attacker's server. He or she is now able to monitor whatever keystrokes that have been captured by their keylogger on your device. So you can have a keylogger that captures only keystrokes, another that can actually do voice and video recording. They are a bit tedious to set up, but once you do it correctly, it is so easy to deploy and to serve because all you have to do is actually send someone. I can send Simon a document and tell him, Simon, here are the photos from last week. The moment he opens that document on his device, the keylogger is active and I'm able to monitor each and every conversation. So Simon, I hope that answers you. Abednego Musa, your hand is up.
Okay, I have a question. I don't know if you've come across, I've had so many colleagues come to me that their WhatsApp has been hacked. And maybe also their phone number. I don't know how that one happens, that you get some messages, someone sending you some text message via WhatsApp. They have the profile picture for that individual, that colleague. And then maybe they are telling you they're in a fix, they need some amount of money. So how does that one happen? And then they take also control the email, phone, and also the WhatsApp. And then the other question is about this term of cross-site scripting. Could you maybe also elaborate on that? I asked on the chat.
Okay, Abednego, thank you for that. One, your first question was for those who have their accounts taken over, especially WhatsApp or something like Facebook, so on and so forth. Is that correct? Okay, so ideally, most of the times, what you see with that is, or rather, what you experience with that is one, someone can actually try to have your phone number, something as simple as stealing a profile picture, and then creating another phone number with the same profile picture. Or if it is a case where your actual phone number, your real phone number has been taken over, one of two things can happen. One, um, a sort of an attack was performed and the attacker was able to get access to your phone number. There are myriad of ways people can do this. We won't get into the details, but you now have to check which account was compromised. Was my WhatsApp compromised or was it my email? So on and so forth. And if it is your email, now we need to check on how did they do it. Was it a phishing scam? So on and so forth. Uh, the second question was, Abednego, you had another question?
I was saying about this term cross-site scripting. So I was saying maybe you've heard about it. Maybe you can elaborate.
Okay. So cross-site scripting or XSS, a simple vulnerability that can be found in some web applications. So what you're looking at is these attacks actually enable myself as an attacker to inject scripts into web pages. Now what happens is um, these attacks can be something as small as every time you load a web page, you get a message from my end, or the attacks can actually lead to full account takeover. So it is a whole other type of attack. If you are interested, the best way for you to learn, and also for those of us who are looking to learn more on security and type of security attacks, just go to Potswiga. I have typed it in the chat. Look for Potswiga, register there, register an account. They have an actual learning path. You can check the learning path that they have there and register and try and learn some of these attacks and how to prevent them and how to even spot them for those of us looking to get into security. I hope that answers you, Musa.
Yeah, thank you.
Franklin Otenyo, elaborate on activities where someone sends a video link. If you open, especially in Facebook, you get funny videos and then again you can't delete them. Franklin, do you mind sharing and unmuting and explaining further? I don't understand what you've typed in. Fuadi, why you can Linux is a power OS, using it with some other tools that only work with it now. Tracking my own Android phone and so I can get my spouse Windows. I do not advocate for your message, Fuadi. I'd request that you do not access anyone's devices without their permission. Remember, hacking is illegal. Do so with explicit content from the owners of whatever you're trying to hack into, whether it's a site or a software, whatever it is. Charles Mutwiri, how can one get the hacked account back? Depending on what account it is, mostly, and that's why we said try and have multi-factor authentication enabled, so that if someone gets access to your password, multi-factor authentication allows for something like an OTP to be sent to you to verify that you're trying to log in. With multi-factor authentication, it is easier to stop such attacks, so that if you get such an OTP request, you can actually say that no, this wasn't me, and the attack will be stopped. So I hope that answers you, Charles. Can I use brutal attack to get verification code? I'm not sure what you mean by brutal attack, Sadia Isaac. Simon and the panel, this is taking longer than I expected. I do not want to drag people's time longer because today we only had the practicals. I don't know how you'd advise us to move from here. Josiah Ndirangu, one is unable to hover over suspicious links using phone. What is the best option? Yeah, thank you for this. Josiah, the best way is for you to just forward that link. If you can access it via your machine, maybe forward that text. And then remember I mentioned tools like curl. So if you're having a suspicious link, your best guess is first curl tag I and then IP address here. So mostly this will work on Kali. I'm not sure of the command to use on Windows. With this, using the curl command, you'll be able to see the request headers and see whether or not the link is malicious or not. Lois Moya, I think what you're asking is the same thing that we are doing right now. Because once I have your credentials, I can be able to get into your Instagram account. And once I'm in your Instagram account what's it called? As a user, as the owner, now I can be able to freely text your people or the people you follow. I hope that answers you, Lois. Forward is asking, can Kali change the features of Android bootloader? I am yet to explore that Fuadi. I'll have to check on that. Daniel, please repeat your question. Nahashan is asking, how does ICT testing fit into a zero trust security? Please reframe your question, Nahashan. Is Simon on the call? Joshua from Capabuil, Simon, are you guys on the call?
Hi, Nigel. Come again.
Hi. Sorry, just check your DM. I've sent you a text in regards to this.
Oh, no problem.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I think this lab is taking longer than expected. I think my network is a bit slow. What we will do for now, I will do a proper write-up for the first attack that we are doing on SET. Then after that, it shall be shared to your respective emails as you registered for these sessions. You'll be able to perform it at your own free time. For those who are unable to get the first link, especially those who are using their phones, I'll also share the second attack so that you can perform both attacks on your own free time. For those who will be doing the Wi-Fi attack, please note that this attack requires you to have a different access point. So if you can have at least 2 routers running so that you can clone the second router and not the one that you're connected to, it will work perfectly. Because if you only have one router, it doesn't matter whether you're hotspotting yourself from your phone, you will knock yourself out of the internet. It is like switching off the internet for yourself. So please make sure you have a different access point. So maybe you have connected to Safaricom and you have fiber on the side. Clone the fiber one, not the Safaricom one. So the write-up steps are in the write-up that I've shared. I will share it again with Simon, the Capabuil team, so they can forward to your emails and email addresses. My apologies for this labs. Not every presentation goes as we have planned. Even on a corporate level, when you go to these big presentations where stuff like DEFCON and so on, not all labs go as expected. But I will look at improving lab quality for the future sessions. But ideally, we have come to the end of our 3-day training session. Thank you to each and every one of you who has been here since day one. I hope you guys have picked up 1 or 2 things in regards to security and how to keep yourself secure. And I hope to see you guys on a bigger platforms talking about security and actually practicing safer security. If there are no other questions, I have come to the end of my session. Thank you so much to everyone who's tuned in. Back to the Capabuil team.
Thank you, Nigel. That was one of a kind. It's not every day you come across a virtual session that involves a practitioner taking you through the practical look of things. I know some of us have seen the hacker screen for the first time. You are used to seeing it in movies. But yeah, that was quite an experience. I know you have enjoyed it. Save for a few hitches for the laboratory illustrations, but we understand. I mean, virtual sessions in technologies like Zoom, they can only help so much. Apart from us logging in from various regions in the world, we have limitations like power outages, Wi-Fi issues with transmissions, and so on and so forth. So we totally understand that. Nigel has promised to share with us a documentation, which we will share regarding this lab, which you can try out on your end. I know the audience is a mix of different experts in this domain. If I assume that maybe there are those who are still in school, there are those who have been able to actually understand what Nigel has been doing, and you're curious to just follow through. So the documentation will help you try it out on your end and see how it works. But remember, don't become there is an ethical hacker, and then there is these other hackers. If you are to hack anything, please be ethical about it. Yeah, so that you don't exploit normal wananchi or organizations. That said, I haven't forgotten. I know that we are eligible for certifications, but since the number is huge, close to 200 attendees, it will take time. So we'll have certificates being sent, I think, somewhere next week. So expect somewhere next week. The email address you have used to enter the session is the one that will be used to send the email address. And I see some hands up. I hope it's the burning issue. Stephen, maybe your hand is up. You have a question? Oh, you have lowered it. Okay. Sawa. Oyo, your hand is up. Jerry? You want to share something? Okay.
Yes,
Who else?
sorry.
Yes, please.
Would we have a test like the one we had last year, and then get certificates also?
Good question. I'll have to check with the ICT authority on that. Yeah, I'll have to check on that, of course, with the certification as well. But what I'll do is, from the Capabuil side, I also try to, especially fast track with the certificates. If you have been showing up the sessions in the 3 days, you will definitely get a certificate for that. At least that one I can guarantee. But for a test or an exam, I am not sure. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll check with the ICT authority. Save for the lab practical sessions that Nigel has tried to showcase, I'm not sure of a test or an exam in that case. Yeah. Any other person with a question? Someone wants Nigel to share his contacts. Yeah. So Nigel, I don't know if you have a slide with your phone number or active email address. If something, these people want to go with your contacts, they'll reach out to you, maybe for a similar assignment, or maybe for consultations in the organizations when they have issues to do with cybersecurity and they need you to come in and help their cybersecurity team. So please share your contacts. So for those asking for Nigel's contacts, there they are. In LinkedIn, personal blog, maybe his phone number as well. Someone, I think, wanted the phone number and the email address. If you want to reach to him personally, you can definitely get get to him directly if he can share that. Sawa. Anyone else with a question? Joseph, your hand is up. Waidaka? Oh, I'll assume you have raised it up accidentally. Okay. So far, so good. We also appreciate, I can see, can you also share your contacts? Okay. Someone is requesting for my contacts as well. Okay, you can reach me if my phone number is 0717165425. You can reach me through that. If I've shared it on the chat section as well. So it was quite a run. Unless someone else has an issue, I think that's pretty much it. I want to allow us to log out and be on the watch out for the documentations that I'll get from Nigel so that you can try out the lab illustrations that he has been trying to show us. And for those who didn't get the notes, I'll see also how we can share them to your email. If you want to re-listen or to rewatch the session, this session has been live on YouTube since day one. So if you can visit Capabuil's YouTube page, you will see all the live sessions you have done. And of course, even past sessions like this, even since last year and other years, you can watch them and gain the knowledge you've been sharing across these kind of industries. So guys, let me wish you the best. We can log out and let's be on the lookout for other sessions of similar nature with Capabuil. If you have any personal issue or you want to involve your organization in trainings, reach out to me or go to the Capabuil website, email us, and we'll take care of you. Lastly, to Nigel, we totally appreciate your expertise. You are always supporting us with the knowledge development initiatives in this area of cybersecurity and IT. And so many professionals who have come to Capabuil and even ICT Authority have benefited from you all this while. So we totally appreciate you. For the team that has joined, we thank you for being patient throughout the sessions. We are close to 140 people and listening. So it's quite something. And we hope to see even bigger numbers next time. So let me wish all of you a good night. For those maybe with the different time zones, I want to wish you a good day as you wake up this morning. And yeah, all the best. We are free to log out, guys. And cheers. Yeah.